Mm, testing, testing, testing. Nice. Oh, let me get my lighting out. Alrighty. That's visible. Yes. Alrighty. So, per the recommendation of a viewer of mine, Mr. Draft Keo 2, today we will actually be playing The Crimson Diamond, a point-and-click adventure game. I used to play a good few of these when I was a kid. I was never too good at them, but I'm a better man. I'm a stronger man now. I'm a professional puzzle solver. I'm something of a puzzle prodigy, even they call me. This is just the demo, though. Just the first chapter is out right now, I believe. It is currently in development, so we will not be going through the whole game today. Just the demo. Let's see here. I adjusted the volume and everything earlier, so if it's too quiet or too loud, just let me know. I feel like I should do the tutorial first. Nancy Maple. Okay, so we're doing this sort of thing. How's it going, Jesus? How you doing? Jack is a tall, lean man with a shiny, bald head. How do you do? What's this about? So we're like a geologist, and we go into town to find out about this Crimson Diamond, and we solve mysteries. It's an adventure game. It was recommended to me by a viewer. I'm just doing the tutorial real quick, so I'm not absolutely clueless when I actually play the game. The thing about typing things out is I feel like I'm gonna miss something important just because I don't get the words right. The blue in the upper left corner of the icon indicates what target spot is. Lovely. Look at my typing skills. Click I on the items in your inventory. Okay. Click on the gray loop icon at the bottom. Oh, because we're geologists, so we have the little eyeglass thing. I'm such a good typer. You may follow notebook's prompts, you might miss important details. Look at Jack, talk to Jack. Let's get up at the tutorial and get the hat. Open the door and walk through the doorway to the tutorial. Ho ho ho. Get hat. Okay. Crimson, Ontario, 1914. Look at him. You can't fish when you're in the water, you'll scare them away. You goof. Never mind. He knows better than I do. He's already got 2 as well. Is the diamonds in the fish? There you are, Nancy. This is it, what we've been waiting for. Jesus. Far up north, a fisherman found a massive diamond in the belly of a fish. This could be a real boon for our mineralogy exhibit. We need something better than those Dillet ants. Hold on, I can read. Dilettantes. Over in geology. I want our exhibit to be the talk of the town. Too bad that we can't spare anyone to head up to the middle of nowhere on such a long shot. You can spare me. Let me go, Professor. It'd be perfect. Everyone else is busy with new exhibits. Well, I've been learning the filing system that could wait a day or two, couldn't it? Not usually in the habit of sending unsupervised young ladies into less civilized regions. But as luck would have it, the discovery was made near a lodge where I'm sure you can stay while you conduct your field work. You win, Nancy. Get on home, pack your bags, and catch the train up north. Hooray! Thank you so much, Professor. Yippee. Find something that could make a big splash at the museum, who knows? Maybe the university will finally accept you as a mineralogy student. Good luck, kiddo. I won't let you down. A few hours later. I can't escape the fear and hunger. We're back in a train. Into an uncivilized region. Sound familiar yet? This is it, my first time out of the city. I'm sure going to make the most out of this trip. Can't wait to see the rocks of northern Ontario. We're in Canada? Nancy's a dork. I can't snore. I don't know how to snore. Zzz. Who's this? Excuse me, is this seat taken? Not at all. Please have a seat. Thanks. My name is Kimi Kishiro. Where are you headed? Pleased to meet you. I'm Nancy Maple. I'm bound for a town called Crimson. The diamond's not Crimson. The town is Crimson, and the diamond's in the town, which is named Crimson. I understand. Oh my, if you got some hours yet, I should know, because that's where I'm going. I'm a clerk from the Royal Canadian Museum. My boss sent me to check out the diamond claim up there. How's it going, Raccoon? Don't you have a collab today? No, that already happened. I saw you live. Never mind. Hope you guys are doing fine. Finished my collab? Just now or when? My boss sent me to check out the diamond claim up there. I hadn't heard of that discovery. How interesting. Just now? Oh, well. How'd it go? Did you guys actually beat the game? It's a very strange story. Up by Crimson, a fish swallowed a huge diamond. A fisherman caught it. We beat it. It went amazing. Good to hear. Can you imagine? I jumped at the chance to investigate. It's just my big opportunity to show everyone I can do field work. And maybe, eventually, I could go to school and become a formally trained mineralogist. How's it going, Tantio? Where will you be staying when we get to Crimson? A place called Crimson Lodge. I'm staying at the Crimson Lodge. I'm a birder. I hear they're nesting colonies of cormorants up there. That's what I want to see. And I wouldn't mind seeing the Sulaks while I'm in the area. I'd love to see the big ships up close. The gun emote with your emote. That's Tantio's signature move. He does that all the time. Wonderful, we can be traveling companions. I'd very much like that. We made a friend, we've got a party member already. You and Kimmy chat amiably for a while. As the day wears on, the rhythm of the train moving over the tracks and the monotony of the scenery lulls you into a deep sleep. And this is when we dream about the moon. The conductor announces Crimson this stop. Nancy? Nancy, it's time to go. Ah, thanks. We took our bag. My field kit's in there. They jacked my stuff. Can't have nothing in Crimson. Oh, I had no idea anyone was still on the train. Hello there. Hello. Hello there. I didn't notice you on the train. Isn't that funny? Not really. I was in the first class car. I'm here to see the nesting cormorants. Is that what you're here? Cormorant? Is that a type of rodent? Excuse me, folks. I was sent to pick up just one person from the station tonight. A European fellow, expert mineralogist on assignment, hired by the federal government, on loan from Antwerp. I wasn't told he'd be bringing any secretaries, wives, girlfriends. Sorry for the confusion, sir. Jack. Sorry for the confusion, Jack, but we don't know this man at all. My name is Nancy Maple, my friend here is Kimmy Kishiro. I was sent from the Royal Canadian Museum to investigate the diamond claim up by Crimson Lodge. And I'm here to see the nesting cormorants. This lady and her cormorants. We're both here to stay at the lodge and go about our business. You know which way it is from here? I surely know what it is, because that's where I drove out from. But I'm sorry to tell you, ladies, the lodge has been closed to the public for months. You didn't hear? My boss, Mr. Richards, he's getting on. He's done with the lodging business. All he wants is peace and quiet. But then this whole diamond fiasco starts up. Folks all up in arms. He's not pleased at all, I can tell you. This gentleman is here on the government's orders. Mr. Richards can't do much about that. You two. Well, that's unfortunate, but you only have yourselves to blame for being uninformed. Let's be off, Jack. Good evening, ladies. The thing is, ain't no one's coming by here at this time of night. And the nearest accommodation is the lodge, which is a few hours away by automobile, even still. Look here, I'll drive you ladies up to the lodge for the night. Tomorrow morning I'll bring you back here so you can catch the train. As it is, Mr. Richards is going to be peeved about hosting unexpected guests. I mean, even more than he is already. His sister's come up from the city to stake her claim. And she brought a lawyer to boot. Come along now. Dang. Sure, I'll get those for you. What a rude dude. Jack's a nice guy, though. He's giving us a ride. Two strangers. Oh, it is the 1914. Sir, your trunk arrived a few days ago. Boy, they sure are heavy. Ah, yes, of course. My, it sure gets dark here at night. Lucky for you, I've made this trip many times. Used to be, folks would come out here in the summers for recreation. And before my time, settlers came to this area in hopes of building lives for themselves. But once the mines were used up, there wasn't much reason for them to stay. Soil ain't that good. I've seen any cormorants. I'm hoping to see some. This lady. Yeah, they nest up on the cliffside. Stay away though, they don't like being disturbed. Particularly during nesting season, which happens to be right now. So if you're so wild about birds, I let them alone and do more harm than good. Besides, tomorrow morning I'll be taking you right back to the train station. I won't have any time to go looking for them. Have any other diamonds been found around the lodge? First of all, no way to know if that rock even came from around here. I've lived in this area for years and ain't never seen any diamonds. But I know for a fact that didn't come from these parts. They say that man cut it out of the belly of the fish. That diamond could have come from anywhere upstream. You folks are wasting your time, sorry to say. Who cares about shiny rocks anyway? No use to anybody. We'll see about that. Your travel-weary companions resist your attempts at chit-chat. It seems that Kimmy and Albert have fallen asleep, although in the almost complete darkness it's hard to tell. Did he tell us his name? Albert. It's impossible for Jack to hear you from the back seat above the cacophony of the engine and the automobile rattling over the rough country road. We decided it would be best not to distract him anyway. Here we are. Wow, it's spectacular. You know what? I almost don't mind having more bodies in the lodge. Feels not so empty. Feels like old times. Make yourself at home, I hear. He's the killer. He did it. Thanks, Jack. Welcome to Crimson Lodge. Miss Kishiro, Miss Maples, your bedroom is upstairs at the end of the hall on the right. The bedroom across the hall from you, that's Mr. Richard's suite. Try to keep quiet and stay out of his way, won't you? He shares the suite with Margaret. She's his lady friend. Jack and Corvus are sharing the bedroom with 2 pink beds right next to yours. Albert demanded the use of my bedroom, so that's where he is. Don't know why he's so insistent. The customer's always right, huh? Ha. That's the smallest bedroom and wasn't really meant for guests. Nessa's room is across the hall from Albert. I'd stay away from her. I thought there weren't guests here. You're giving me a lot of names here, mister. Should get this luggage upstairs. I'm gonna start up some supper. Wouldn't do to have you all starve, eh? Why don't you explore the lodge a little? Talk to the other folks. Most important, stay out of my hair. I'm a busy man. No, literally, of course. Not literally, of course. Because he's bald. Oh, and if you want to shower tonight, use the upstairs bathroom near the stairs. It's very pink. You can't miss it. Wonder if Nat's still here. How many places do I gotta set at the table tonight? I'm going to my room. You and Kimmy head upstairs to your bedroom. You don't have any luggage to unpack, but you hang your hat and coat on the footboard of your bed and consider yourself settled in. Chapter 1. Introductions. That's a neat jingle. Let me in. Oh, just talk to everyone and get to know them a little before dinner. Seeing as I've lost my luggage, I don't have much to amuse myself with before dinner. Perhaps if I take a look around, the time will pass a bit faster. Let's talk to Kimmy. Never been to a place like this before. I'm excited to explore, and I love meeting new people. Yes, you're an inquisitive type, aren't you? Jack did invite you to introduce yourself to everyone else. After all, it's only polite. I most certainly am. Would you like to join me? No thanks, Nancy. I'm exhausted. The bumpy ride from the train station has left me a bit frazzled. I'm looking forward to some peace and quiet before dinner. I can take a hint. I'll leave you be. Sorry I won't be able to stay at the lodge and see those nesting cormorants. Not the cormorants again. Don't get her started. Who knows what tomorrow will bring? I'd like to live life day by day. I'm not gonna ask her about birds. She'll never stop talking. Let's get going. Help her H to get the help window. List of parser shortcuts. OD means open. Oh, okay. Fantastic. Wait, is this somebody else's room? Master bedroom. Mr. Richards shares it with Margaret. Oh, whoops. Hold on. You probably shouldn't be in here. Close the door. Can we knock? You have to be polite about these things. No response. I already did this. I did the tutorial. Knock on door. This takes place in 1914, back when people were nice and polite, because the war hadn't happened yet. People didn't have problems in those days. Knock on door. Nobody's in this sociable mood, huh? I just want to make friends. Let me go back up. Is there more of the hallway? Ooh, the balcony. Speak in the window. Let's be Snoops. Go through window. Nothing noteworthy. Nobody getting murdered. There's no murder afoot just yet. I don't know if this is an actual murder game. It's a murder mystery. It's a mystery game. I was promised mystery. Just maybe not out of the murder variety. Oh, hold on. More doors. Please talk to me. I need attention. He said it's like hours of driving to get to the lodge. And it was already like pitch black outside. You're telling me it's like 1 a.m. in 1914 and these people aren't in their rooms? I'm about to start opening doors. These people won't answer. If neither of these two doors answer, I'm gonna barge in. They're socializing with me whether they like it or not. I'm coming in. Not a bedroom. I'm coming in. Not a bedroom. Let me go back upstairs. Room else. Okay. Forceful socialization. He said they were across from us and next to us, right? Where is everybody? I'm gonna leave your door open just to send a message to the rest of them. You don't avoid Nancy Maple. You can't avoid Nancy Maple. Maples? Like being polite. I'm just asking you to knock on the door. You don't gotta pound on it. Your voice is near this doorway. I wonder what you're talking about. Are we gonna eavesdrop? Are we gonna be nosy? Oh, this door. Or is it this door? We gave away the game. I walk in, they see me, excuse me. I didn't mean to interrupt. I walk back out and just peek through the door. So what are we gonna do about this? What are we going to do about this? We aren't gonna do anything. I'm gonna stay out of everyone's way and wait for all this to blow over. But what if they find... Shh, listen, if you wanna talk, we'll do it privately later. Meet me in the study after dinner. Okay, so Evan, Nathan, Margaret, Albert, Nessa, Corpus. And Jack. To Evan. I'm Evan Richards. Look, you and your friend can stay the night. Oh, this is the owner. Tomorrow morning, Jack will put you on a train back to the city. My boss sent me here on behalf of the Royal Canadian Museum. I'm a mineralogist. Got too much on my plate as it is, with my sister and that lawyer of hers. And one mineralogist is already one too many. Please, Mr. Richards, allow me to stay for just a little while. Kimmy, too. Miss Morgan and Jack is all I want in this here lodge. You seem like a nice girl, but all this brouhaha is making my head ache. Sorry to disappoint you. What is this guy's name? Nathan. Hello, Miss Maple. I'm well, thank you. My name is Nathan Cardinal, family friend of Evans. How do you know him? Well, I don't actually know Mr. Richards at all. The Royal Canadian Museum sent me here on assignment. I'm to survey the land and find out if there are diamonds here. A discovery like that would surely make a splash when the museum opens to the public. You're wasting your time. I'm sorry to say. My family has lived in this area for many, many years. I've never found diamonds here. Small red garnets are still plentiful, but of little value. Where's everybody else then? Let me not dig through the trash in front of people. You're gonna get the wrong idea about me. That I'm a trash digger. I'm not a trash digger. In public. I only dig through trash in my own time. Jack, my friend. Oh, Jack, how you doing? Do you need a hand? Now I've got everything under control. Here, you go on, talk with the other folk. If I could find them. I guess it's not 1 a.m. because he's cooking dinner, right? Who knows what time these northern folk eat dinner? Hmm? 2 drawers, one to the left and one to the right, under each locker. I'm a snoop. Look, right cupboard. Look in right cupboard. I'm a snoop. Until I'm punished for snooping, I will snoop. Haven't I gone through all the rooms? Where is everybody? We don't want to go outside. Ooh. Get a little bit of pool on. I'm pretty decent at pool if I do say so myself. I used to play it a lot when I was younger. They had a table at my mom's job. And she would like take me there after school. Cause she didn't want to leave me like alone at the house. Cause she thought I'd find like a way to get myself killed. In her defense, I probably would have. I'm snooping. I'm snooping. Nah, I'm not snooping. I just want to see if anybody's in their rooms. Why didn't you answer the door? I'm talking to you. Oops. Talk to Albert. Mr. Respa. How do we know his name? Please, miss. I'm busy at the moment and can't chat. What are we playing today, Wayne? We're playing a recommendation from Draft. A game called The Crimson Diamond. It's only a demo right now. It's a point-and-click adventure game. So we're doing some typing. We're doing some clicking. We're going to be solving some mysteries. Draft recommends many things. But this is like one of the only games he seriously recommended. But he does recommend many things. I have to go and type all his recommendations in the recommendation channel because he won't do it himself. I need to talk to Margit and Nessa and Corvus. I checked all the rooms. Where's everybody? But yeah, he wanted me to play this demo. Just a short little demo. He said it's maybe around 3 hours. You my man to recommend me the good stuff. I'll type in his recommendations for him. I guess I'll type them in chat, but not in the server. It's just leads to the dining room, right? We'll be solving some mysteries. I can't say for sure if they're going to be of the murder variety, but mysteries they shall be. Oh, is that another door I can open? Reading recommendations. I have to open a tab off stream and take a picture after stream. You know what fugas is in fugas? I've heard the word. Use it in a sentence. How'd you translate that? Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if somebody told me, if somebody used it in a sentence, I know what it means, but I can't translate it. I couldn't translate it. Where is Nessa and what is the other name? Nessa and Corbett. No, Nessa and Margit. Yeah, and Corvus. She doesn't want to step outside. Wishes from the doorway. What? From this doorway? Eavesdrop. We're nosy individuals. Meaning of the word is kind of hard to get by just in context. Yeah. When I worked at Chick-fil-A, we had a good mix of we had like a lot of Spanish speakers and some people who only spoke English, and I'd have to translate sometimes. And then it got really hard when they started using slang. It's hard to translate slang. We've only just arrived, but I can't wait to leave. I've always hated this place. We'll get this whole affair straightened out and be gone in no time. Of course, locating the will would expedite our departure. I told you, I don't even know if there is a will. That does complicate things, yes. Well, you do your job and I'll do mine. We're some nosy individuals. Hi. Did I just open this door and not walk into it? Talk to Corvus. How do you do? My name's Nancy Maple. Hello, Miss Maple. My name's Corvus Shaw. I'm Mrs. Nessa Krabs Nee Richards. Nessa Krabs Nee Richards, lawyer. She's Evan's older sister. Who guys mean something that happens for a short moment? There's just a woman on the sofa. I probably couldn't have told you that even if I tried. Estrella Fugas, but in English it's shooting star. Yeah, see, because that doesn't like directly translate over. If you didn't know one word, you wouldn't be able to translate to the other one. Once diamonds have been found on this land, I will ensure Mrs. Crab gets the share owed to her. I'm pretty sure that there are diamonds here. Of course, the prospectors have looked everywhere else. That must mean the diamonds must be here. And talk to Nessa. You see a comment passing by for a moment. Yeah. That's why you call it Estrella Fugas? I understand. Sniff? Don't know why it's called shooting star in English though. And that's a crab, Evan's older sister. What on earth are you doing here? Are you another one of Evan's gold digging girlfriends? Like a lady smelling of femcel? Are you calling Nancy a femcel? Not at all, but I am a diamond digging mineralogist. At least I hope to be. The government has sent a professional to handle that. Stay out of his way. How are you, Nessa? I'll be happy when I can get back to civilization, reaping the benefits of this incredible windfall. Most of the people here are pretty horrible. Is dinner ready? How much longer, Jack? How much longer? Talk to everybody, right? Nessa and Corvus are looking for, well, they are. No, I'm missing Margit. Margit. Where's Margit? Can I open this door? Nope, she doesn't want to go outside. I don't want to snoop too bad, but I kind of want to snoop a little bit. Let me recheck all the rooms, because apparently I just opened some rooms and didn't actually go into them. No Margit. Yeah, Wayne, I got a meme for your review. Go ahead. Was there not a shower here, he said? Look at that wallpaper. Wallpaper starting to peel. Has a close set repeating wave pattern. It's probably because they use hot water. They did already? And then he called Kim Jong-un a K-pop artist. Is the game loading? Okay, it is. Open. Cupboard. Nothing here. Let me open this drawer. Have you ever seen the that one where like there's a Mexican chick who likes K-pop dudes, and so her dad doesn't like really understand what K-pop is, but he tries to set up a K-pop themed party, and he has like a Kim Jong-un shaped cake, and he just has pictures of Kim Jong-un all over like her party. It's a little wholesome because he tried. He tried his best. Where is this last chick at? He tried his best. You know, he didn't understand, but he tried to understand. Does he not know what Google is? You're overestimating the power of adults who weren't born with this technology. Not even overestimating. They just don't know the technology. Of course they don't know what Google is. Door. Ooh. Gonna say take a bath, but no. That's not appropriate. But we should take a shower. There we go. Talk to Margit. Pleasure to meet you, mademoiselle. I am Margit. Welcome to the Crimson Lodge. How long will you be staying with us? I'm only here tonight, unfortunately. I was sent here by the Royal Canadian Museum on assignment. But Jack says I'm due to leave on the train tomorrow, according to Mr. Richards' wishes. I see. I'm sorry we won't get to know each other better. Crimson Lodge is a lovely place. I was a city girl for a time. Those days are behind me. Hear Jack calling supper. It's time to head to the dining room. Examine Margit. What is her weakness? I would not benefit from closer examination. You say that until we have to defeat Margit in single combat. and then you'll wish you had examined Margit. It's time for dinner. She'll get it by on her own. I don't want to risk another bird talk with her. Can I ask Mr. Richards about the will? Be like, how do you know about that? I'm gonna turn him against his sister. Ask Evan about Will. Will whose will? Mine? Or the one Nessa must be hot for, or Pa's will? I probably shouldn't tell you this, but Pa never had a will, never bothered. But I do, and if she ever tries anything, she's in for a shock. Ooh. Why do people get so open arms about wills? My goodness, what a lot of company we have tonight. This is giving me indigestion. Look at the old people. They're so wrinkly and gross. This food is giving me indigestion. That's rude. You're welcome to leave, in fact. Please do. Ah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? I'm not going anywhere until we find out if that diamond came from this land. And if it did, then you better believe I'm getting my share. That's what you think. Yes, that's what we think. That's what I'm here to ensure. Hey you, how long is that gonna take? I'll be beginning my field work tomorrow morning. Crimson used to be a garnet mining town, yes? Yeah, but forget about visiting the mines. We blasted the mine shut years ago. They closed it down. Unless the fish had a pickaxe, broke into the mine, swallowed a diamond, then dove back into the river. Yes, I see. Never even been there. Couldn't tell you where it is. Mr. Richards is getting a sour look on his face and digs back into his meal. He looks like he's done with this conversation. Oh, Margit, what a lovely necklace you're wearing. Thank you, mademoiselle. Monsieur Evans, he gave it to me. I'm very fond of it. A cheap trinket. Misshapen paste gem in a cheap setting. It's a white garnet, not glass. My Richard, he found it here in crimson. Didn't you, mon cher? Never mind, Margit. No one wants to hear about that. My sapphire brooch. Now this is the real piece of jewelry. Bought it myself. Because nobody loves you enough to buy you anything. I think they're both quite nice. What a fence sitter. Nathan. I read in the newspaper that most of the land up here was once parceled out to settlers. Is that how this plot became property of Mr. Richards' father? About 50 years ago, this land was annexed by the government. Various treaties were signed in exchange for preservation of our hunting and fishing rights, and financial compensation. The promises described in those treaties were not honored, by the way. Settlers came, mines were dug, and Crimson was prosperous for a time. But eventually the mines were exhausted. Most settlers abandoned their homesteads, and Crimson became a ghost town. Only Mr. Richards and his family remained. Yeah, we liked the peace and quiet. we liked it. I always hated it here. I sure do miss peace and quiet. Nessa and Corvus are the first to excuse themselves from the table. They head to the bar for a nightcap. Albert follows them for a snifter of brandy and one of his cigars. Jack clears away the dishes and goes to the kitchen to wash up. After eating a minuscule portion of supper, Margaret heads upstairs to draw a bath. Kimmy heads upstairs to get ready for bed. Nathan and Evan remain at the table, lingering over their desserts. I'm gonna eavesdrop on. But that was a lovely meal. Yeah, Jack does a good job. Usually I wait for Jack to come clear the dishes, so I can put off getting up. Looks like he's taking longer than usual to clear up with all the extra guests. I feel a little responsible for Jack's extra workload. Maybe I ought to give him a hand. He'd appreciate that. About time when someone made themselves useful around here. Where's my mouse? Take dishes. Oh, stand up. We're such good guests. We are such good guests. I can get the hint. Jack doesn't want to be late cleaning up. Fine, we're done here. Thank you, Miss Maple. You ever have that awkward moment when you're at somebody's house and you eat dinner and you take your plate and you try to go wash it and they're like, no, don't you don't have to do that. But you know you have to do that. You know you have to do that. They know you have to do that. It'd be so rude to just leave your plate there. Hello, Jack. Miss, I'm busy with these dishes. I can't talk right now. In what world do dishes take up so much of your attention? I get it. You don't want to be my friend. That's fine. Eavesdropping time. Whoops. Can I? Hmm. Put here your door. Hmm. Open door lightly. Open door quietly. Eavesdrop. It's getting late, Nat. Perhaps we'll talk about another time. Getting late, Nate. We'll talk another time. You have a nice night. Indeed. Good night, Evan. They just closed the door behind me. They know what I was trying to do. I'm a little pest. I'm a little nosy pest. I want to try asking more people about certain stuff. Closed door. Okay, well, we're doing neither of those things. We're gonna go to bed, Stinky. I'm just afraid of what's gonna happen. I guess people have streamed this game, right? Whoops. Hello, Market as the bat. Bonsoir, mademoiselle. The water is very soothing on my joints. Perhaps the change in weather is causing me some aches. She's very nonchalant about all this. Jack lacks formal training in cooking, but he does his best. Simple and wholesome food. You didn't eat a whole lot, did you? I noticed. It's not my place to say, but Nessa's looking for her father's will, but Evan, he told me that their father did not write one. He finds it funny to toy with her. I don't find it so funny. She's ruthless, but he does not see it. I've met people like her before. I will try to protect him. Oh. He never sometimes talk late into the night, but Monsieur will not discuss it with me. You've outlived your usefulness. Are they going to kill each other for the diamond? Nobody's in the rooms again. I'm not going to go look for him. Was Kimmy at supper? Not picky, as long as it's filling and wholesome, it's good to me. Hi, Kimmy. I'm sorry, Nancy. I'm engrossed in this book about double-crested cormorants. This lady and her cormorants. Be that way. I'm not tired right now. Do you know what time it is? Up Jack with dishes. Oh, whoops! Did I not? Are the dishes in my inventory? I don't. Okay, Jack. We're gonna socialize whether you like it or not. You help Jack wash the dishes. Thanks, miss. Lots more dishes than usual. Happy to help. I gotta go see to Mrs. Crab and Mr. Shaw in the bar. Make sure they don't drink as dry. And of course need to get Mr. Richards his hot toddy. He likes a soothing drink before bed. And I don't want to keep Margaret waiting. Forget about that last one, won't you? Hmm. Whoa. Whoa. An affair between the butler. Butler's has to be around here somewhere. Things would be so much easier if we could just find it. If the will can't be found, we might have to proceed as planned. Take our chances. That little gold digging hussy complicates things. Speaking of that, I found out something interesting recently. Could help us deal with her, but we'll talk about that another time. Good night, Mr. Shaw. Good night, madam. What? I wanted to talk about the bar. What's this about Jack and Margaret, though? I thought that was Mr. Richards' lady. Jack wouldn't. Jack's a good man, hard worker, quiet. He's my gal. Oh, the poor man. Wait, hold on. I need to see. I need to see this through. What's this about Jack and Margaret? An affair. I'm all for the drama. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Who's this? Nessa's here. I'm just watching her while she sleeps. I'm leaving your door open for the ventilation. Door's locked. Open this door. Busy, he says. Nonsense. You're never too busy for friendship. There's the bedroom Jack sharing with Corvus. Now let's go see about Margaret. Let's go ask her what's up with Jack. Where'd she go? Ooh. Ooh. An item that would help. I'm gonna go get a glass from the bar. Hold on. I'm gonna go be nosy. I have to go be nosy. I don't think they're talking about anniversary gifts in there. Hmm. Where do people keep glasses? Mugs. Over here, maybe. No, the other cupboard. There we go. And now we can listen. Now I can be nosy better. Other verbs are required. What verb could I use? There we go. Let's have a look. I'm sure you're wonderfully helpful. I do what I can. Thanks so much. I can never reach that spot. My body aches, Jack. Can't be helped. We can stop anytime. No, I think it's working. It keep it down, especially tonight. So many years around. Right, of course. This must remain our little secret. Alright, I think we're done here. Gotta get out before Mr. Richards finishes his drink and comes to bed. Of course. Merci, Jack. The days and nights are so very long. Got that right, and I'm not done yet. Having all those folks in the lodge. Gotta work that much harder. Sure, they'll be gone soon. Everything will be back to normal. I hope so. Bonne nuit, Jack. Good night. I assume it was just a massage. I was hoping for an affair. Something spicy. Later that night, somebody's getting murdered. Wait, that was it? No, dude. I wanted to ask Margaret about Jack. Okay, well, draft woefully overestimated how long it would take me. I asked him, I was like, so is it about 3 hours? And he said, yeah, sure. Which maybe isn't a very confident answer. Hold on, let me put on some music for a second. No, is he here? Is Draft here? He's a VIP, so it would show. He's not here right now. Okay, this has left me in an awkward spot because I thought 3 hours would be quite enough for a stream, but this has not been 3 hours. This has not been 3 hours at all. Regardless of that, I did enjoy the game. It's nice to go back to such things. I haven't played an adventure game in quite a long time. And I don't think they really make a whole lot of adventure games nowadays, regardless. Not a whole lot anymore. What adventure games did I play? A lot of them were on the PC. My uncle had a PC that I would use. I was kind of clueless though. I was like 5 or 6, 4 or 5. I was 4 to 6 years old, so you know, not a whole lot getting done there. I guess we'll just casually chat and play Dead Cells. That's the kind of night it is, I think. Did draft overestimate the Did draft overestimate the length of the demo? Or did he underestimate my puzzle solving capabilities? Nope. Wait 1 second here. What am I doing? What was I doing? Desktop audio and game audio. Game sound. Never mind. Game sound's being a dick right now. We're gonna use desktop sound. I guess we're just gonna do Dead Cells for an hour or two then. After hearing... Oh, I didn't finish it. I don't wanna... We'll restart. I didn't have a whole lot planned. That was kinda gonna be the afternoon, you know? I'll take... What's this? Whoa. I'll take this. Never mind. Maybe? Oh, never mind. Twin daggers. Whoa. Oh. I know what this is. We're gonna get the dream. Ah. The King's Scepter. I think I only played Plague Knight and Shovel Knight's stories. When I had the game Shovel Knight, the other campaigns weren't out yet. I like this. Oh. Yesterday I thought it was Friday. I thought today was going to be Saturday. And then I'd only have to do one stream before the Sekiro thing on the end of the month. But today's Friday and tomorrow's Saturday. So we'll see how that goes. You know I gotta get the Impaler. You know I can't let go of the Impaler. I love the Impaler too much. Ooh, 3 more enemies and I get the thing. So we'll see what I do on the morrow. Yes. Maybe I'll start up a new series tomorrow. And then we'll put it on pause for the end of month stream. Because I don't think Sekiro is going to be a series. I think I'm just going to do one long stream and see how long I get before I, like, pass out drunk. We'll see. We'll see. Less than 50% health. Or... kind of like this one, though. I don't really have many losses out there. Neat. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. More than likely, it's going to be the start of a new series. No way. Oh, they got a combo thing now. 1. Oh, because of my mutation, right? I'm fast. I'm agile. I'm fast. I'm agile. Whoa. Is that not what I have? Or is that the old gardener's key? I think I have a gardener's key. Let me in. Yes. I'll stick to the trusty impaler. I hate these dummies. I hate these dummies. I hate these dummies. I ruined my kill streak. Now I'm not gonna get this extra cells. Didn't I talk to you already? Yes. I have returned. How's it going? We're riding it, I see. The demo was not as long as I thought it would be. We have miscalculated. I have panicked and turned on dead cells. You should start the little nightmares later. That's not a bad idea. I was just talking about starting a new series tomorrow. Because there's still, I still have one day in between Sekiro. I want to start a new series. I could just do little nightmares, you're right. Never played it before. Which one? The first one. I think I have the first one. Yes. If not, I can just buy the first one. Never played it before, but I've always heard good things about it, and it looks interesting. What's over yonder? If it's cheap, I'd literally buy you Little Nightmares too because I want to see you play it. Oh, I'm gonna do the special area. Very cool. I'll do Little Nightmares. I will definitely play Little Nightmares. More than likely tomorrow. Ooh la la. Marksman's bow. Only bad thing is that we don't know if there will ever be a Little Nightmares 3. Did they leave the game like... Was it left on a cliffhanger? Is there still many questions left unanswered? Probably gonna have a DLC, but the original devs left. That sucks to hear. So its future's uncertain. Sucks when that happens to a game you like. Internal problems. Internal issues affecting the game is no good. They seem to be developing some other game that also looks amazing. What's that called? Does it have a name yet? Oh, I've never been here. I don't know you. Oh, I see. I see what his deal is. He's got a porcupine back. Gotta hit him from the front. Ouch. Ouch. Not yet. Shut up, Wayne. Man. How's it going, Drive? What's up with you? Turn around. How goes it on this beautiful Friday night? Did you play the point and click? I did. How was it? I enjoyed it. It brought me back. I used to play those kinds of games a lot when I was a kid. It brought me back. It ended so soon though. I definitely wanted more. Friggin' draft, man. I know. I like the characters. I only get your recommendations on stream. Leading recommendations. I am gonna play Little Nightmares later. Oh no. Oh. Axe. I'm one of the 3 people who have streamed it. Congratulations. Nice. You break through certain floors. Oh. Okay. I really enjoyed it. I feel like it did a good job setting up a lot of the characters in a short amount of time. We've gotten some conflicts already. We've gotten a few mysteries set up. I'm looking forward to the full release. $24. Oh. He turned his back on me. Hold on. I have the apple soda in the fridge. I'm gonna pour myself a cup. Just 1 cup though. Everything in moderation. I ate fast food today for the first time in a very long time. And it's kind of hurting my stomach a lot. Cap, I haven't been out. I haven't really been out to like eat fast food in a while. Why though? I know that feeling. It's the oil, probably. Maybe my body's not accustomed to it anymore. But I had a long day, busy day. Had to go drive. I was like out on the road for 2 hours, all in one go. The oil and or the fat? Probably, yeah. Wanted to treat myself to a nice little lunch. And now my stomach really hurts. I don't like blood sword. It doesn't do enough damage. I haven't been out to eat. I used to eat fast food like maybe like once a week or once every 2 weeks. Because my job is like in a very busy part of town. So I could just like get off of work and go to like a fast food place. Give myself some breakfast. Cap. Draft. I don't know where you got this misconception that I have the money to eat fast food more than once or twice a week. I'm a broke boy. Whoa. Give me the goods. Whoops. Ah. Ooh. Ah, they only come up when I touch them. Ah. It's over. Ah, those are timed. Feels bad. I almost did it perfectly. Whoa. Try it, fool. No combo door for me. I just have to, I have a minute to get to the door. What's the point? I have 14 seconds. Run, run, run. It's down there. Nice. What do we have? What do we have? Nothing really good. I did it for nothing. What else? What else? What else? Why would you do this to me? My classes are over next semester. Not next semester, next week. Last week of class. Finally. I do have summer classes though, and I'm not sure when those start. I'm not sure how much vacation I'll get. But that's free time. Free time to work on stream things and the lore analysis. No summer school? Nope, I have summer school. What a shame. It's a necessary part of my program. You never got a summer off during all of university? What are you studying, if you don't mind me asking? Give me the sandals. Your mom, okay. Be that way. Keep your mysteries. Oh, it was filmed. That's cool. Did you end up finishing? Make movies with your mom? Okay. I hate you. I hate you so much. Why would you do that to me? It's all over. I just speed run now. Wow. Oh, this is the gardener's key. Finished during COVID. I started during COVID. And I hated it. I dropped out for a year. COVID brought a lot of good and bad. COVID's probably the only reason my friend group stayed together. COVID's also probably the only reason I dropped out. I'm gonna graduate on time though, so what does it matter, right? What's 1 year off? So funny just kicking them. Away. 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 He exploded. Uh, I got the kicks. I got the power. I might actually still get the kill streak. It's 60 for this area, I think. Seems like the studio's making some other games. Not confirmed if Little Nightmares are a new game. Probably a new game, but yeah. Wait, can I get up here? I can't. Oh wait, no I did. Just once. Wait, what? Wait, huh? I'm confused. I need another gardener's key. You did what just once? I can do it. I can do it. Got 28 seconds. We're going back for the rematch. Let me refresh chat real quick. There we go. I got them both. I'm drowning in cells. I need it. I need the frantic sword. I'm gonna go get myself to 1 HP and swing the frantic sword around. Beating to Millennia. Yes. I'm gonna wish you good luck. I know you said you don't need luck. But I'm gonna wish it to you anyway, because it's Millennia. Trump's wife is the hardest boss for sure. Hit me. I want you to do it. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Do it again. Come on. Don't hold out on me. Hit me. I want you to. We're doing the glass cannon build. Turn around. Whoa. You can solo her. Oh. That was scary. I'm not gonna add to a regular dude. That was scary. Turn around. Don't do that. The little mini will take care of you. You have to stay under 50% health. For the crits, you gotta understand, the numbers get bigger when I stay under 50% health. It just gets deeper and deeper. 30% off. Where am I going? This way. Oh. Nice. Torch. Hmm. The new Star Wars game came with a lot of graphic issues. Oh, the one you downloaded yesterday? Typical EA? Yup. How unfortunate. Ah. Everything else working alright otherwise? Just graphic issues? First game was well optimized and looked great without affecting performance too much. A few bugs I've not experienced. Up, Yay, where they have to pay to win in single player games. Day 1 patch definitely made things better, but optimization issues may take weeks or months to solve. First game had no microtransactions, no DLC. Long fall. Ah! It's all over. That was a really long level. I shouldn't have gone back. I got too greedy. I mean, I know EA is famous for that, but at least the game was perfect in that sense. Came out in a decent state. Ah. I hate you so much. When the game was complete, EA would find a way to charge you to turn the game on and off. Nah. Okay. I'll lay off on buying stuff right now. Oh. Now you're talking my language. Stunned or rooted enemy. Okay. I just parry and then I go off on him. Oh, and it has the Hotline Miami numbers and everything. I have 30 seconds. It tells me it's just over here. Run. I guessed wrong. Have you played Hotline Miami? I have not. I've seen gameplay, but I have not played the actual game. What are the most fun, engaging games you played? I've seen things, but unfortunately I have not played the game myself. It's one of those games that came out when I was a student. I'm still a student, but you know, like a high school student. Which means I didn't really have money to like buy games. Which means I just never got to play it. 8 seconds. Wrong way. Over. No, I missed it by 2 seconds. Start pirating games when you got into uni. Games are expensive, they are expensive. On one hand, also when I was in high school, I couldn't pirate games because all I had was like a pretty like midline laptop, which couldn't run a whole lot of games anyway. When I was in school, I'd be lucky if I got one game a year. I had a PS3. My high school hustle was to buy a ton of new movies on Black Friday, and they were $5 to $10 and sell them to video stores unopened for 15 to $20. That's smart. Draft is a businessman. That he was. Smart fellow Draft. I wrote khakis and blue shirt to cut lines. Was that the store uniform or what? Modernized bomber outfit. Oh, at Walmart. Oh, because you were going on Black Friday, right? Come on. No, I've never seen a Walmart employee. I grabbed the wrong thing. You actually haven't? Just looked at the uniform on the internet? I shop at Gucci, that's right, because I'm so rich and awesome. Ah, Whoa. I hate you so much. I hate you so much. I detest you. I despise you. You're my worst enemy. I have no enemies save for you. Okay. Whoa. Hold on. What is this? The sadist stiletto. It's not even better than what I have. Looks cool. I guess I'll pick it up. I guess I'll pick it up. Just because it looks cool. Even if it's not better than what I actually have right now. Give it to me. I fear no man. I fear no curse. I fear no god. Oh, right, I was cursed. Whoops. Whoops. Walk, Bob. Probably gonna end up cutting off stream pretty short tonight. I just don't have anything planned. I'm tired anyway, it all works out. I was tired anyway. Gimme. The Wainster. Dema, how's it going? How you doing tonight? Bro, what's up? The nightmares that are little. They finished Darkwood? I did, we finished it last night. We finished it last night. It's the small nightmares, you know, tiny. I want to make a layout for them. I want to make an overlay for Little Nightmares though. And also Little Nightmares just deserves its own stream. How are things on your end, Dema? How's the progress on Sekiro? What's the good news? That did half of my health. Why did that do half of my health? You left the swamp the hard way. Ah. My hate towards Genichiro progress and steady pace. Thanks for asking. Genichiro is easy until you stop playing for a few months. But yeah, it'll take a while until I figure out that whole Roosteration. I just kicked him. There goes the streak. I hate everything. We're gonna be doing Sekiro on Sunday. I was doing some cleanup earlier today, so I guess now the only thing left is the final fight. Hesitation is defeat. Clear your mind. Believe in me who believes in you. The rest of the game that's left looks too boring. What is left? I only played through it like once. I'm not sure about any optional content or anything like that. Demon of Hatred, Last Prayer Beat, and I play some Headless, some of those Purple Ball Mages. Oh, I did do all of that. Demon of Hatred was pretty cool. I like Demon of Hatred. I recommend Demon of Hatred. 10 out of 10. Would fight again. Sekiro probably won't be a series. I think I said this before. It probably won't be a series, just like a one-time thing for the end of month stream. Probably do the Ashura route, because that's the shortest. That's the one I have like the most chance of beating in one go. Never defeated Demon of Hatred, he's too hard. Oh, for sure. A real challenge, that one. He doesn't fight like any of the other bosses in the game. Looks to be a vitality fight, which is usually kind of boring. Emma's waifu, she is. And you'll get to watch me slaughter her tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Sunday. You're getting my days all mixed up. I saw the scroll. Emma mom. Iron Man run? Oh, I did. I was gonna do every time I die, I take a shot. That was the plan. And then have like an expensive redeem for you guys to force me to take a shot. Yes, do it. You gonna stream tomorrow? I am gonna stream tomorrow. Not Sekiro, but that's on the last of the month. I will stream tomorrow. Wasted Wayne. I asked for time off on Monday. So I wouldn't have to do the drinking stream and wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning the next day. We plan ahead. Handles Wayne some esteemed monkey booze. Thank you. By the way, what's the point of those drinks in that game? I think they just give you lore. Like, you give them to people and they talk to you. They, like, talk lore to you. They're like, this monkey booze reminds me of when I, killed your dad. Lore? Yes, the lore. The Sekiro lore. You just like alcohol in general, but sake tastes good. I never find a good time to drink. It feels awkward drinking, like, when I'm at a restaurant with my parents. And if I'm at a restaurant with my friends, I can't drink because I drove there. I never find the time to drink, so I just tend to not drink. On boys' night? Boys' night is me and my friends getting on to, like, do a 5-man on League. Bro, it gets harder and harder to get the boys together. It just gets harder and harder. I have to take my contacts off. They're burning my eyes right now. I hate you so much. I hate you so much. You can't see me. There's a wall there. I hate all of you. Boys night, what's that? Sounds like a concept of the long gone era. You're gonna make me sad. But yeah, boys night. Also, none of my friends are drinkers. I'm not a drinker by any means. But we all just kind of like don't do that. We don't really do that. You guys sound like you're 40. Sorry, Wayne. Sorry about what? It's all good. It's all good in the neighborhood. I don't party. Those days are behind me. Those days are behind me. Yeah, I get that a lot. I'm like 21. Listen, the difference was in high school. Well, the difference was I was in high school, right? I had to interact with people every day, and I was part of clubs. So inevitably, you just get invited to like a good few parties. You can't drink in high school. I suppose you're not allowed to drink in high school. You can drink whenever you like. Big sobriety won't let you know that though. Big sobriety oppresses the drink. You do that now. But now I'm a uni student and I'm antisocial. And there's no clubs in my there's no interesting clubs in my school. We don't even have a marching band. Or a band in general, I don't think. When you're an adult, it has to be intentional. You're in school, maybe in uni, relationships and going out just happen. Exactly. You have to rely on others to get you alcohol in high school. I mean, being in clubs, like... See, the thing is, you're in clubs, right? You're a freshman, you get to know sophomores, you get to know juniors, you get to know seniors. Next year, you're a sophomore. And your seniors graduated. And your seniors go. And they're in college, and they get alcohol. And then it just, like, it trickles down to you, you know? The freshmen and sophomores find a way. That's not true drinking. What nightclub does high schoolers? They just go to clandestine parties and stuff. We're just like at somebody's house chilling. We put music on. We get out the goods. I arrive. Hello, duck. Duck, you're in high school, right? Do you drink, Duck? Do you drink, Duck? Hey, this is we finished that last night. Is Duck in high school? Graduated, no, never would drink like once or twice a year at most. That's still once or twice a year. Man was about to take his shirt off. Too young to be seeing penis in stream. I doubt any high school can make a decent drink, bro. You underestimate high school stupidity. You just kind of put things together. Let alone the other things we got our hands on. I remember desperate times called for desperate measures sometimes. I'm screwed. I hate you so much. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna kick your ass. Stay right there. Drinking sucks, it tastes awful. I agree. I agree. Draft living the uni life. Had your phone stolen by a dancer last time you went. The thing also is, I came into drinking age during during COVID times. That's how he draws the boobs. Is this true, Draft? But yeah, I didn't exactly get a chance to like develop a social life once I got out of high school, considering everybody was locked in their houses for years. Headphone, what are you doing? I was destined to fail. There was nothing I could really do about it. I've also done every mainstream drug imaginable. Worst experience you've ever had? Relatable. Crocodile. Feed him, feed him. Feed him. Definitely not mainstream in Russia, probably. The pirates. Ooh, legendary. Oh, it's a shield though. What is going on? I'm beating everybody. I'm just swinging the bat. Let me take a sip. You're triggered. Oh, my day's going awesome. It was pretty bad. What's got you triggered though? I'll take this. Hold on, I missed him a chat. I heard that you get 10 years of addiction at least after sniffing coke. Most I do is probably shrooms. Hopefully your day's going awesome. No. No, it's not true. I've been doing coke 11 years. What's got you triggered though? Mods of Fear and Hunger are not the best and I feel angry. I'll tell you later. Yeah, I got you. Coke and Adderall is how I kept my 3.45 GPA while drinking every day. Oh, but I'm not gonna have an actual weapon. I sold my weapon. Oh, that sucks. I completely forgot. Darn. I don't like how slow that is. I'm out. Oh. Okay. I don't know when HD has touches have 80 of them. Thing just doesn't fire fast enough to like be a primary weapon. It's a lot of shit with the clouds, boy. I don't want to know this. Which key? Yes. This is a great mistake. This crossbow is kind of bad. Oh, he didn't even give me a chance. How does GPA go in the US? 0 to 4? I think? It's weird, we have weighted, we have unweighted. I never really bothered to like learn the difference. Oh, it's damaging me. Ah. Let me just score 10 goals. I never bothered to learn how GPA works. I just needed a B or an A and I was good. I didn't care about the funny number. Not really getting good weapons right now. Uh, got a tassel for having a good GPA. I got a tassel for like community service hours. I'm procrastinating a lot and was failing most of my classes by mid-semester. By some miraculous way to not only improve but get good score. What's a tassel? It's like this little rope thing. It's like a decorative like rope thing. And you get it when you graduate and then people like can look and they're like, he has a purple tassel. That means he like did so and so. So it's like when you're all graduating, you have your caps and gowns. You see people with like different colored like tassels. And you're like, he graduated, but he graduated extra good. Oh. Out of ammo. I'm Colombian. We make coke in my country. I'm not Colombian. What are you on about? Wait, and buy Colombian coffee. That's the good stuff, right? I don't want to go to the sewers. Support our market. I'll support my friend's economy. Can you carry our economy on your shoulders? Of course. It's my friend's economy after all. If you know, you know. When support my wiener into your mouth. Man. That was a waste. Here it comes. Whoa. 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 Oh, he lived. Not as impressive if they live. One thing I know about Colombia is there's a movie called Colombiana. Is it a good movie? Did you like it? What's your score? 1 through 10. What's the draft rating here? What's all this? What's all this? Where's the promenade? I don't want to go to the sewers. I think I have to go to the sewers. I give it a Wayne out of 10. It must be really good. Remember someone in the US asking where I was from years ago when I was buying clothes? They thought you were from Columbia State. The District of Columbia. It was me all along. It was me. What's up, bro? How's it going, my dude? What's good with you? I stopped by. I was lurking in your For Honor stream the other day. I used to play a bit of For Honor. Not so much anymore. I'm trying to get back into it. I played the what's the basic knight with the longsword? That's the one I played. What's good with you though? Warden, yep, you're hooked in on it right now. I miss it. I miss it. Doing pretty alright myself. I went to cookout. Then I got home and I spilled my milkshake. I spilled it on the carpet. So I had to clean up my carpet before I even got to eat my food. It's been a rough day. I messed it up. Grandma's crazy. I don't got a spare $200 to spend on a new battery for my car. I have a friend who works at O'Reilly's. He hooks me up with car parts for the cheap. Money went to rent, paying friends back, and me. I hate you so much. I like this cleaver thing. Belmont Whip. I'll take this. I need a better weapon. Oh, Panda, I didn't even notice it was you. I thought it was Draft saying that. How goes it, Panda, besides the money troubles? I just see I just see the color of your name before actually like reading your name. You summon me? I do summon you. How are you today? Are you taking care of yourself? Eating 3 square meals a day? Staying hydrated? These things are important. I see that when you first got here. Are you though? That shows you don't actually care. I didn't ask you about 3 square meals a day and staying hydrated. I asked you the other thing though. It doesn't hurt to check up more than once. I've been wearing these contacts too long. They're starting to burn. Not in a good way. Okay. Okay, Draft. This is me after you say that to me. Big goof moment. Where's the cleaver from? I feel like I should recognize it. It's one of the crossover items, right? I feel like I should recognize the cleaver, but I don't. This isn't a good setup to fight the boss either. One of these days I'll beat him without taking damage. One of these days. I hate everything. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat now. I'm standing up straight. We're having a gamer moment. It's serious now. Ooh, there we go. Never mind, don't got the key. Boss time. I'll save my souls for the blacksmith. No. I mucked it up. Can I take damage here? Is there a way for me to take damage? I messed it up. I'm not gonna get the crits for the boss fight now. What a bummer. Ooh. Getting real aggressive. Make me nervous. I hate you. I hate you so much. I was so close. I was so close. How must he ruin my day? Felt this. Challenging game. It's fun. I like it. I just don't like it when that guy ruins my day. I was so close to him beating him without getting hit. Nope, I need DLC for that. I'd like to play Hollow Knight on stream. Do the one of the Pantheons, I think they're called. Do the one with like 40 enemies in it. Like the 40 boss rush. I want to do that. Bug souls, yes. I want to do the 40 boss rush in bug souls. So many things I want to do. Oh, it's not. Okay, it's a stun. I've been using it for damage. I didn't know the cleaver was a free stun. Oh no. Why? Why would you give me a healing item? No more crits for me. I don't know if there's a... I don't know if there's a chain kill requirement after this stage. Oh, and I ate another one. What hit me? I got the gold anyway, it doesn't matter. I got the gold. What do we got? It's not looking too good. Wait, what did I need? Key. But not again, not again, not again. Nice. Nothing really good. Oh, I'm gonna replace the cleaver soon. I guess I don't really need to replace it because its main use is like being a stun on demand. But it does so little damage now. Oh wait, hit me. I need my crit proc. I live dangerously. I live by the glass cannon. You live by the ass cannon. Something like that. Maybe. Who knows? Sit yourself down. Look who toes bow. Every time I get a cool recipe, I end up dying. What happens if I ring the bell? Is that bad things or good things? Oh. Don't attack me. Don't actually attack me. You're not actually supposed to hit me back. Whoa. An amulet. Man. I like the cleaver, it makes it easy. Oh. To cheese the big enemies. That guy's scary. I don't know what he does. He has scissors for hands. I don't want to find out what he does. I just throw the thing. I don't think I've ever fought the Clockmaster or the Clockmaker on stream. Clockmaster. What? It's been a while, okay? It's been a while. I haven't fought the clock tower boss in a while. That's what I meant. I hate everything. Why would you put that there? Why is it necessary for there to be a giant spinning ball in the middle of your clock? What purpose does it serve with the architecture? Why would you put that there? You just start ruining my day. Just to take away my kill streak. Does that make you happy? Might be time for an upgrade. I can put this in my backpack, right? Put it in my backpack. How do I put it in my backpack? I don't know how to do that. It does less damage than I have now. But it has a bigger number. I have to take a gamble on it getting just better rerolls. Mog dead. You're just going through these bosses, aren't you? Chewing them up, spin them out. Ouch. Don't do that again. Mind your own business. It's not your fight. Millennia's last. What did I miss? There's a key here somewhere that I did not collect. Somewhere up here. Where's the key? Supposed to be a key around here. You know anything about a key, Mr. Shopkeep? Key. I have to go hunt down this key. Been in here, right? There was no key here, right? No key. Oh, I want to play Blasphemous as well. I never finished Blasphemous. It was really buggy when I bought it. Am I supposed to ring these? It was really buggy when I bought Blasphemous. I've heard they've updated it and gotten rid of a lot of the bugs. That game's lore is cool. It looks really cool. Just from the little bit of it I played. I could tell. I could feel the power within its lore. Because a few weeks ago, I remember that they revealed Blasphemous 2. Maybe I'll also do Blasphemous sometime soon. Here we go. Unexplored lands. Everybody calm down. But where is key? There we go. Now which door does that open? Nope. That's fine. I'll go fight the boss. No heals, no heals, no heals. I have to do it without getting hit. Not quite. That's what we want. That's as good as it's gonna get. Never mind, I'm gonna heal because it's been a while since I fought this boss. Been a good minute. The timekeeper. I was close enough. Ooh. Whoa. Let's finish this. Oh. Simmer down, buddy, simmer down. And then he leaves. Light speed. I remember him being harder. Oh, let me go check with the dash forward and inflict 465 damage to enemies on the way. I'll go set up the damage once I get to the level. Hit me. Again. One more time. One more time. That's good. Ouch. I'll have you jumping around. Could be. He was charging up something big. Apples. I don't think those are apples. Oh. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. I'm surprised I made it past the timekeeper my first time around. Took me like 4 times the first time I played it on my Switch, I remember. I'm afraid that will be it for today though. I didn't have a whole lot planned. I expected the demo to last a little longer, and then I was probably not gonna. I was either gonna cut it short or play like Dead Cells anyway. So it's not like we lost out on it, missed out on anything today. Boo. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, gonna be starting a new series. Our boy's tired. I'm a little tuckered out. I'm a little tuckered out. We'll be back tomorrow though with a new series. I do think I'm gonna be starting Little Nightmares 1, the first one, and then on not Thursday, Sunday, we're gonna be doing the Sekiro drinking stream. Look forward to it. Friggin' small nightmares, yes. Ah, let's see if anybody's online. You know what? I haven't raided in a while. Nobody. This is fine. Okay, well, that's the way it goes. Ah, I'm going away in chat. You guys as well. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night. If it's not night where you guys are at, hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye, Raccoon. Uh, good night, Wayne. You as well. Sleep well. I'm gonna talk to you for a second once off stream. Good night, y'all. Though. Hold on. I don't have my taskbar out.